Yes, I am drinking, sir. And before I get into my drink, I want to give a shout out to the voters on Instagram for the second
Oh
week or
no.
third week in a row. Um, the voters on Instagram gave the power to the people, and for me, sir, they chose this
So
magnificent,
sleek.
beautiful Lotus IPA from Farmhouse Brewing. I mean, how
Oh my
cool is that
gosh.
can? A
Look at
nice, if
that
you guys
jet
don't
black.
know, yeah, if you're not a car person, this is actually a Lotus. I think it's a Evora, maybe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it is a Lotus. So it's called Lotus because it's actually brewed with Lotus hops, right? And I actually hadn't heard of Lotus hops before I started looking into this. I'm gonna go ahead and crack
Really?
it open when I'm talking about it. But yeah, like I said, from Farmhouse Brewing, my favorite brewery here in Virginia Beach. Um, 7.2% ABV white IPA. So a white IPA, as it turns out, is a hybrid of an American IPA with a traditional Belgium wit IPA. So
Oh.
Belgian wits are a little bit on the yeastier side, where the American IPAs are more on the citrusy side. Which we got a ton of citrus um, IPAs around these days. But let's go ahead and
Right.
give this bad boy a pour away from the keyboard.
Definitely away from the keyboard. Nice little ginger in the beard glass you got there. Rocking that swag.
Oh yeah, ginger in the beard, 16 ouncer. My camera has
Bam.
focusing issues. When I want the camera to focus on an object closer to it, it will not. But when I don't want it to, it will focus on like a speck of dust in front of it.
As the
But
world as the world is. When you
shout out Logitech.
Yeah. Good job, Logitech. Fix yourself.
But yeah, so let's look at that. So it's a white IPA, which is a little bit usually a golden sort of hazy color, which you can see here. Um, But yeah, so these Lotus hops I found pretty interesting. I looked it up. These things were created by Hopsteiner and
Okay.
released in 2019. So the interesting part is they've been developing this strand of hops since 2006. 13 years they've been mixing and matching and breeding. I guess you call it breeding. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Crossing different strands of hops to form new strands. Um,
Yeah.
since 2006, 13 years in the making. And so the Lotus hops it gives off an aroma of vanilla, orange, and candied grape, among other tropical fruits. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this.
Oh, that looks good.
Oh, it's so good, man. I definitely get the orange. I mean, it's definitely not as citrusy as what you'd find in these a lot of these other crazy citrus IPAs, but I do actually get some of the vanilla, which is
Okay.
very good. Candied grape. I mean, I guess if I'm really searching for it and you tell me there's candied grape in there, I can kind of pick up a little bit. But very tropical, easy drinker, very light, 7.2%. Definitely not too heavy on the ABVs there. So I strongly recommend this one. I'm not sure how far Back Bay actually distributes this, but very delicious beer.
Okay, cool. That's
That's
so
it.
interesting because I don't really like IPAs as much. Um, Certainly not the like the doubles or the triples, but I really like wheat beers, right? And so if that's a wit, right? If that's a wit beer, I wonder how that would taste to me. Does it taste more like an IPA or does it taste more like a blonde ale slash wheat beer?
Um, I think, I mean, like it's described, it's kind of a good mix of both. I mean, it's not super hopped. Like they don't give the IBU for this, or at least I couldn't find it. So I'd say it's somewhere in the middle, though. It's definitely not like extremely hoppy, but you do get some of the hops on like the back end.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of hard to describe. I'm trying to get better about my beer descriptions, but
No
um,
worries.
I don't know. It's a. I mean, for someone like you who's not huge into the bitter IPAs, I think definitely a good. It's a happy medium, 100%.
All right. Okay, when I get down there, I definitely want to try that one because I mean,
I've
next
got
time I come down, we're going to Farmhouse. I mean, that's just kind of obvious, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
All right.
Yeah. I joked with my wife earlier today. I was like, I think I'm slowly converting Farmhouse Brewery into a fan of the show. As many times as I tag them on Instagram and buy their beer.
Have they been?
Um,
Oh, we'll talk about
what?
it later. That's awesome though.
They've
That's
been
awesome.
interacting a little bit on Instagram, so shout out Farmhouse. Love you guys.
Sweet.
And
Sweet.
I've got a couple more of these in the fridge, so if maybe I can save one towards the back for you, so I don't drink it on accident.
Hey, I'm not asking any favors, but if I come down there and there's one waiting, I'm not going to complain. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
Um,
what about you, man? The people spoke with your beers as too. What did they choose?
so I had two brews up. I brought the brewery back. So 2 weeks in a row, I brought this brewery. Goses are red, and it's got downvoted both times. It hasn't won. The beer that did win though is Wheels Gose Round, just like Wheels Go Round,
Such
but
good,
it's like Wheels Gose
such good
Round.
play on words.
I know.
Let's look at the
they're so
stats
funny.
really quick. I'm
Let me
curious
stay
what were
away
the
from my
stats here.
keyboard real quick. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, let me know that. I don't actually know the numbers. What was the percentage on it? Was it
Give
lopsided?
me a minute. Go ahead and talk about it. Give me a minute. I'll find it.
All right, so real quick, this is made by Left Hand Brewing Company. Most people probably know them by their milk stout with the black and white and red case. Their marketing. So going right into it, you probably know. Oh, Left Hand, I trust them. They sound good. So guys, this is a lemon plus raspberry Gose. Haven't had a lot of lemon ones. I've had some raspberries though. 4.4 ABV, very light drinking, 14 IBUs. Really, really easy going here. Awesome fact. This is probably the most important fact about this beer. It was brewed to help raise awareness for multiple sclerosis research.
Whoa, that's super cool.
Left Hand's raising money for multiple sclerosis research. Since 2008, they've raised over $4.4 million.
Wow.
How crazy is that, dude? Isn't that
Good
awesome?
for those guys. That's great. I wasn't sure what what the wheels part, why that ties in, but now that makes total sense.
Yeah. So
That's
they're also
awesome.
backing a race as well. So that ties into it as well. But I mean, yeah, multiple sclerosis. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know that it's like atrophy on your muscles.
Yeah, they
over
a lot of
time.
times end up in wheelchairs and power chairs and things like that. So that's an easy tie-in.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's described as having a nice, strong Gose flavor, but just enough raspberry and lemon that you can taste them, but they don't become overpowering. So let's go ahead, man. I'm gonna pop this sucker open. I moved the keyboard back. Did you get those stats?
Stay away. Yeah, let me read these stats while you're looking at that, or you're cracking that open. So yours, Wheels Gose Round, 71%, compared to Goses Are Red, which was 29%.
Wow, man. Nobody likes Goses Are Red.
Yeah, I will say. So, oh man, let's just look at this. Let's enjoy this for a second. That's a great color. It's a really great color.
It's like nice and pink, a little bit. It's almost like a blood orange kind of in a way.
Yeah, it's a nice head there too.
Yeah. So there it is, guys. Let's go ahead and get that Instagram shot real quick. How about it?
Oh yeah,
Then
let's do that.
And then I'll go ahead and take a sip and tell you how I feel about it.
All right, here we go. Did we get it?
Cool.
Think we got the
I
shot?
think so. Yeah,
Let's
we're
make even
good.
let's make funnier faces. Ready? Here's some funny faces. Okay.
All right.
For you
All right.
audio listeners out there, we're trying to get an Instagram picture, so
Yeah, we're
just
making-
bear with us here.
We're making funny faces over here. Don't mind us. Okay, first sip. Here we go. Wow, it's like, huh? I might be immune to Goses. That doesn't even taste like a Gose. That's like just like drinking like fruit juice almost. I get like just like the tiniest little bit of saltiness, right? It is actually a little sour and a little tart, just like barely though. I think the sourness is coming from the lemon.
Yep.
But overall, I feel like I'm getting mostly just raspberry from this. But it's like very easy to drink, dude. Like this.
Yeah, I mean,
this is probably like an entry level Gose.
That's something for me. Both of us have. I mean, I wouldn't consider this IPA to be super entry level, but definitely not the hardest IPA I've ever drank. So We should swap.
It's like, yeah, we
swap.
should swap. We should. It's a little bit. I get a little bit of bitterness on the back. Like after a couple seconds, you kind of get a little bit of bitterness on it. But yeah, man, definitely recommend that one. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, speaking of swap.